if you guys are wanting photos that look like this and this, then you're at the right place. Stay tuned. Alright, so today's photo shoot is a low-key silhouette. Now, what is that? Well, it's dark background and you're dark because you're a silhouette. You're basically outlined. Alright, so we're gonna have two setups. The first setup is gonna be really budget friendly, using just a window, some paper, maybe a bit of fabric, but that's up to you. And then the second setup is gonna be a really studio setup. That's gonna use studio lights, studio backgrounds. Yeah, but I'll explain more of that once we get to there. Okay, so here we are using the budget-friendly version. I'm just using a window and then I'm blocking it off with black paper and then black felt. So it cuts off all the light right into the center and leaves the sides of it open and the top. Now there's not lots to say about this setup other than the light that comes in is going to skim off my clothes, off my face, off my skin, and go right into the camera. So it's going to outline me and give me a silhouette. Now the major downside to using a window instead of studio lights is the fact that you have to compensate for the light. Because a lot of the window is cut off, a lot of that ambient light is now getting cut off as well. So you have to compensate by bumping up your ISO or bumping down your shutter speed or opening your lens more so more light can go in. But for a budget setup, I think it's pretty nice. It's just a couple dollars just to get the paper and the fabric and you're done. Well, of course you need a large window, but you can also use a door frame or whatever you have available. Okay, so enough talk. Let's take some photos and see what they look like. Okay, so a little intermission. That was the budget-friendly one, just using the window. I'm sure you got that already. Now I like both in different ways. The window one is really cool because it kind of wraps around your face a bit more, and it was shot using just window light, which I thought was awesome. And then the studio one is a lot more controlled, and you can have it exactly how you want it. So I like both for different reasons, but depending on where you are in your stage of photography, you can use both, or one, or the other, and then one at first, and then the second one after, or backwards, however you want to. But anyways, let's just jump to the second one, the studio setup. Alright, so here we are with a not so budget friendly version. Instead of the window light, we're just going to use 3 speed lights. Now we have a strip light on each side, and then we have a hair light for the hair. Or for me in this case, the hat. Now I have it set up in a way where none of the light is going to spill onto the background, so the background is going to go completely dark and, well, just turn black because there's no light falling onto it. Now the strip lights have grids on that. That's to help control and focus the light, and if it didn't have these, there might be a possibility that it might fall into the background, which is what I don't want. So I'm going to try to keep this going straight towards me and keep it from falling onto the background. Now the light up here, I don't have a grid on it because there's not really a way to put a grid on that one, but I have it at an angle so then it doesn't fall onto the stand or onto the background. Now what really helps is wearing dark clothes. If I wasn't wearing dark clothes and was wearing white clothes, a lot of the light would be reflected and might fall into the background, which is what we don't want. So darker clothes helps absorb more light so it doesn't bounce back and fall onto the background. Now it's fine to wear dark clothes for a photo like this because all the light is doing is skimming off me, off my arms, my neck, everything. So all it does is basically outlining me. And that outline just separates me from the background, so I can wear darker clothes and I don't blend in. Well, that's enough talk. Let's get some photos. Alright, so that pretty much sums up the video, but I want to talk about one thing real quick. Now when I was starting photography, it was kind of hard to understand the lighting because I didn't have the same gear as the other photographers on YouTube, and it was hard to find natural light alternatives. So from now on, I want to also give alternatives using natural light, so beginners like I was have an idea how the light works and how they can also do it at home cheaply instead of spending lots of money on gear like I did. Not saying gear is bad, the gear works perfectly, and you can see the difference between the two photos here. But for starting out, it's more than what you need. and it makes a great image, and it's just from window light. Now with gear, it helps manipulate the light exactly how you would want it, and you can shoot any time of the day and you don't have to wait for the sun. As a beginner, you're kind of limited to the sun. That's not that bad. Here you have the freedom to not be limited by the sun. But that's pretty much about it. Subscribe, hit that like button, and please put down in the comments if you tried these setups or want to try these setups, and if you like having these having two options instead of just one studio and then one natural light. I think mixing these together would probably be the best, but I don't know. Comment down below, and have a good one.